Something I noticed is an overwhelming amount of Connor fan art. But not just any fan art, no. A very specific kind. Crossover fan art. Now we all love this guy, and if you don't, you should. He's great. But the number of different versions of him that I've seen is staggering. They're so creative and well done that I felt compelled to share them with all of you. If you like a piece, feel free to check out the artist who made it. No worries, art world. All artists were contacted and gave their express permission for me to use their art in this video. Don't steal art, kids. Piracy. It's a crime. And it also sounds way cooler than saying copyright infringement. Disclaimer. I'm not responsible for any trauma you experience after having your username horribly butchered. But I do offer my sincerest apologies for any and all mispronunciations. And on that note, let's move on to the art. This is one of my personal favorites because of its great character design and watercolor aesthetic. I'm showing this one first because it was seeing this that made me realize that people were making every version of Connor imaginable. Oh, and also, it's freaking Connor as a tiny witch and it's adorable. I've always wondered what a dog would look like in a suit, and now I know. Now if you've seen any decent amount of Connor fan art, you already know there are tons of dog versions of this handsome fella. So any video would be incomplete without showing at least one Connor style dog, which is why I have two. This adorable, slightly derpy fella drawn in a much more toony fashion is one pupper that I'd love to adopt. Two very well done drawings with differing styles. Thanks to LeoKatana and Sleepy CatMeow for both of their pieces. Here we have a cute chibi cat Connor by SUSHIROLLED. This one has great use of expressions to portray the character's emotions. I like all of the little changes for these kitty cats, such as the LED being placed inside the ear instead of the temple, and the small tail bands that they have. And here we have a cat Connor in its natural state. 4 legs, wearing a shirt but no pants. Just the way God made him. Thank you, RavensSplash26. And of course, when it comes to any fictional character on the internet, we must have a ponified version of it as well. This piece does a great job of recreating the pony show's original style. It's cute and really well drawn. We have HigglyTownHero to thank for this creation. Here we have a female version of Connor with a great aesthetic. The sleek design along with the painted textures gives this piece a unique style while still holding true to the modern feel of the original Connor. Thank you, Don27FIO. A very jolly Santa Connor from Aileenarip. Probably the tiniest Santa you'll ever see, being that he's no larger than a snowflake. Just in time for Christmas. Connor as a student. In this piece, the clothing design is really what makes me like it. From the colors to the accessories, like the wristband that says Deviant and the glasses. Everything in this drawing makes me think that this is what Connor would actually look like as a student. Great job on the part of TanjisArt. Finally, a good representation of how smart Sherlock truly is. I can't wait to see Connor and Hank's mystery adventure, A Case of Identity. Trademark. Thank you, Nats Random Art. Here we have Connor as Bongo Cat. This is all around adorably cute, from his little face, tiny hands, and the glow that shines every time he smacks the table. I love it. Props to Madoka MG, this is so cute. This drawing is a beautiful mesh of Connor and a lion. You may not notice it at first, but this lion has many subtle features to make it look like Connor. The most notable ones being the hair, high cheekbones, and freckles. I didn't even know you can make a lion look like any particular person, but here it is. Thank you, YurikoSchneide. This one is another cute drawing that warms my spirit. It's heartfelt, and I love how the artist fits Winnie the Pooh's classic line into the style of Detroit Become Human. A great piece from SuperNova 750. I personally love this piece. The idea of Mickey as Connor is super cute, and you got all these little mini drawings in here, all with their own expressions and moods. And whenever I see this, I just imagine Mickey screaming 28 stab wounds, which is a huge plus in my book. Thank you, Sava911. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this is pretty good. Let's not dwell on my success. Moving on. Top of the morning to ya, laddies. Today we got some nice wholesome fan art of Jacksepticeye as Connor. Maybe you live under a rock and don't know who this is, but give him a looky-loo on YouTube. Thank you, Zenythical. MilkBees made this excellent 80s themed Connor and decided it was so great that they had to make it a second time. Both of these have great style, and it's super cool to see the progression in their art, how it goes from cute character to more stylized grown character. Thank you MilkBees for letting me show both of these in this video. If I can say anything about these pieces, it's that they got style. This one has a very clean cut style. Perfect for animating. I could totally see something like this getting its own series on Cartoon Network. This one, however, goes into the exact opposite direction with a very textured, painterly kind of style. Both of these are great. I love the character design and the creative idea. The swords are super cool. Big thanks to Checkers Wolfgen and Proxentori for these very inspired pieces. Now get ready to take delight in Sexy Bunny Connor. Something I didn't know I needed until I saw it. This piece does a great job of transforming an iconic costume into something Cyberlife would design for one of its androids. Thank you, Marshmallow, for this wonderful creation. After that last one, I definitely have some sins that need forgiving, and who better to forgive them than Connor himself? I love the use of texture and clean lines that contrast each other, and the addition of the bird is very cute. Thank you, Freya and Verse, for your very holy contribution. Here we have Max from Camp as Connor. The art itself is very well drawn. The clothes sit comfortably on his body, and the pose looks very natural. Great job. The artist also made a comic series based on this crossover. Seriously impressive how dedicated this person is to their project. Thank you, The Time Limit. And here is my idea of what Connor would look like as a hat. Moving on. This piece is great on its own, but I think it gets even better when it's displayed with its title, The Boys. Thank you, Sherlock Talia. Please give us more of these adorable boys in the future. This wins points all around. It's got style, creativity, and an all-around great idea behind it. I could go on and on about this piece, but I think the art speaks for itself. Thank you, VWolfXIV. Or, for those of us that can count Roman style, 5Wolf14. This is fantastic. It's weird, it's flamboyant, the glow effects in it are amazing, and I don't know what it is. It looks great, but I have no idea what Connor crossover this is. I think it's related to K-pop, but again, I don't know. Great job on Insane Hopeless. You amaze and confuse me. There are a lot of weird ones in this video, but none that can match the eccentric tastes of Connor as an automaton. I don't know what style you would call this, but it has a very nice comic strip feel to it. I also really like how all the androids in the background are also automatons. Thank you, Katie133. If you don't like your current spouse, Connor now doubles up as a housewife, complete with cooking apron and knife. From the serene expression to the pastel color palette, this is a very well drawn and peaceful image. Great big thanks to S. Shiver. Congrats to myself for appearing 3 times in the same video. I don't know how I managed to do it. Very nice. This piece is absolutely beautiful. The lighting and the colors come together to bring a really calming feeling to the art, which complements the fantasy setting of it all. The whole thing is very well done and just gives off this relaxing feel that I personally have a soft spot for. Thank you, Jolie Mariella. Here we have another Angel Connor by the same artist. Again, it is very well done and the character design in this one stands out in its uniqueness. And saving the best for last, here we have Murdroid Connor. This gives off the feeling of being a cross between watercolor and pastel art. I love the thick defining outline in this piece, and the whole thing is pleasing to the eye. Thank you, Boo Raccoon, for this lovely creation. That just about wraps things up. If you liked any of the art shown here, do check out the artist who made it. Links in the description. If you were one of the artists in this video, I want to seriously thank you for allowing me to feature your art. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, I get it. I did a lot of fan art of Connor.